that of the Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport, the Honorable Olivia Babsy Grange. Widely regarded as one of our hardest working ministers of government, this energetic Jamaican woman holds the distinction of being the longest serving member of Parliament for Central St. Catherine. She is also the longest serving female member of Parliament currently sitting in the House of Representatives. A member of the executive branch of government, the Honorable Olivia Grange is a cabinet member, which means that under the leadership of the Prime Minister, she works along with other cabinet members to manage the policies and programs of the nation. Being the first official to arrive this evening, all the officials that she will receive are representatives of the various branches of government as set out in our 1962 Independence Constitution. These are the executive, the legislative, and the judiciary. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, as she arrives, please welcome the Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport, the Honorable Olivia Babsy Grange. Next to arrive is Brigadier Retired Raj Mason, Commissioner of Corrections in the Department of Correctional Services. Brigadier Raj Mason assumed command of the Department of Correctional Services in April 2024 and is committed to leading the strategic transformation of Jamaica's Department of Correctional Services. A retired officer of the Jamaica Defense Force, Brigadier Mason brings over 33 years of distinguished military service to the role. Since his appointment in 2024, Brigadier Mason has championed the bold vision to modernize the department through enhanced security, rehabilitation, staff development, and innovation, all aimed at establishing the DCS as a world-class correctional institution. Brigadier Mason served as the president of the Caribbean Military Academy, the JDF's tertiary training institution based at Upper Camp. Ladies and gentlemen, as he arrives, let's welcome the Commissioner of Corrections, Brigadier Raj Mason. The Commissioner is accompanied by his ADC, Overseer Glenford Davis, and will be met by Superintendent B. Paul Johnson. Superintendent Paul Johnson is the custodial training consultant at the Carl Rattray Staff College in Runaway Bay, St. Anne. The Commissioner will then be escorted to the saluting dais, where he will receive a sword salute from the parade commander. Easy! Third on the list of arrivals this afternoon is His Worship, the Mayor of Kingston and St. Andrew, Councillor Andrew Swaby. Councillor Andrew Swaby has the distinction of being the first citizen of the City of Kingston. The Mayor is the Chairman of the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation, the KSAMC, which is one of 13 similar entities at the local level, which carry out functions of government under the direction of the Ministry of Local Government. Largest city in Jamaica, Kingston is located on the southeastern coast of the island and faces the 7th largest natural harbor in the world. It is protected by the Palisados, a long sand spit which connects the town of Port Royal and the Normal Manley International Airport to the rest of the island. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, all, please welcome His Worship, the Mayor of Kingston and St. Andrew, Councillor Andrew Swaby. Arriving now is Mr. Richard Stewart, Deputy Commissioner of Police, representing the Commissioner of Police, Dr. Kevin Blake. The Commissioner of Police is the top cop, leading the Jamaica Constabulary Force in achieving its mission, which is to serve, protect, and reassure with courtesy and respect for the rights of all, whilst executing the policies and the programs necessary to ensure national public safety and security. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please welcome Deputy Commissioner of Police, Mr. Richard Stewart, representing Dr. Kevin Blake. Our next official to arrive is the Chief of Defense Staff of the Jamaica Defense Force, Vice Admiral Antoinette Weems Gorman. Vice Admiral Antoinette Weems Gorman assumed command of the Jamaica Defense Force on the 22nd of January 2022 when she was appointed Chief of Defense Staff, making her only the second woman to lead a country's armed force in the world. Over her 33 years of service, she has held a number of significant appointments in the JDF, whilst being recognized as an expert in regional maritime security. In 2022, she was also recognized by the World Economic Forum amongst 10 women who made history globally. She held the chairmanship of the Global Chiefs of Defense Network for Women, Peace and Security in 2024 to 2025. Vice Admiral Weems Gorman is a career naval officer and holds a master's degree with distinction in National Security and Strategic Studies from the University of the West Indies. She is currently the Vice Chancellor of the Caribbean Military Academy and is recognized globally for multiple pioneering achievements throughout her career. As she arrives, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please welcome the Chief of Defense Staff of the Jamaica Defense Force, Vice Admiral Antoinette Weems Gorman. Next of our officials to arrive this evening is the President of the Court of Appeal, the Honorable Mrs. Justice Marva MacDonald Bishop. Mrs. Justice Marva MacDonald Bishop has been appointed President of the Court of Appeal since July 18, 2024. She is the first female to be appointed to this position in its 63-year history, making her appointment an historic one. She is a graduate of the University of the West Indies, where she earned a Bachelor of Arts degree with first-class honors and a Bachelor of Laws degree with first-class honors from the Cave Hill campuses, respectively. She later obtained a certificate in legal education from the Norman Manley Law School, Jamaica. Justice MacDonald Bishop has been employed to the government of Jamaica since 1986 and has held a number of positions, including Clerk of the Courts, Deputy Clerk of the Courts in the Criminal and Civil Divisions of the Parish Court, formerly the Resident Magistrates Court. In 1996, she was enrolled as an attorney at law and commenced her judicial career in 2000 as a resident magistrate for the Parish of Manchester. She was appointed President of the Commonwealth Secretariat Arbitral Tribunal in the United Kingdom as a judge since 2018. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls all, please welcome the President of the Court of Appeal, the Honorable Mrs. Justice Marva MacDonald Bishop. Our next official to arrive this evening is the Chief Justice of Jamaica, the Honorable Mr. Justice Brian Sykes and Mrs. Sykes. Justice Sykes is a graduate of the University of the West Indies, where he pursued a Bachelor of Laws degree and a Certificate of Legal Education. He holds a Master of Laws degree from the University of Wales, College of Cardiff, with emphasis on intellectual property, international trade, transport, maritime law, and credit security, with a dissertation in moral rights in intellectual property. He joined the legal profession in 1986, where he prosecuted the resident magistrates court, now parish courts, while serving as clerk of the courts. On January 7, 2005, he was appointed puisne judge of the Supreme Court. Chief Justice Sykes has articles published in the West Indian Law Journal and has been a tutor in criminal practice and procedure at the Norman Manley Law School for over 10 years. He is a certified educator and a teacher of advocacy for advocates. He is the 8th Chief Justice of Jamaica and was sworn in on March 1, 2018. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let us welcome the Chief Justice of Jamaica, the Honorable Mr. Justice Brian Sykes and Mrs. Sykes. Next to arrive this evening is Senator the Honorable Thomas Tavares Finson, President of the Senate. In this capacity, he leads the Senate in enacting and amending laws for the peace, order, and development of Jamaica. The legislature gets this power from the Constitution. Before any law is finally passed in Jamaica, signed by the Governor General, it must be reviewed by the Senate, which is also called the Upper House. It consists of representatives nominated by the Prime Minister and the Leader of the Opposition as provided for in the 1962 Constitution. As he arrives, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please welcome the President of the Senate, the Honorable Thomas Tavares Finson. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, arriving now is the Speaker of the House of Representatives, the Most Honorable Juliet Holness. The role of the Speaker of the House of Representatives is to see that other members keep within the rules of the House, that the rights of the opposition members are protected, and that every member gets a fair hearing. The Speaker of the House is perhaps best known as the person who keeps order and calls members of Parliament to speak during debates in the lower house. The Speaker calls MPs in turn to give their opinion on an issue. MPs signal that they want to speak by standing up from their seat, a custom known as catching the Speaker's eye, or they can notify the Speaker in advance by writing. The Speaker has full authority to make MPs follow the rules of the House during debates. The office of the Speaker of the House is created by Section 43 of the Jamaica Constitution. Born in Spanish Town, St. Catherine, Mrs. Holness is a graduate of St. Catherine High School. She undertook sixth form studies at the Holness High School for Girls and went on to earn a bachelor's degree in accounting and economics and a master's degree in accounting from the University of the West Indies, Mona. Mrs. Holness represents the constituency of East Rural St. Andrew following parliamentary elections in 2016 and re-election in 2020. She became the Speaker of the House in 2023. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please welcome the Speaker of the House of Representatives, the Most Honorable Juliet Holness. Our next official of state to arrive this evening is the Leader of the Opposition, Mr. Mark Golding and Mrs. Golding. The parliamentary opposition plays a vital role in ensuring maintenance of the dynamic democratic process of our country. The Leader of the Opposition, officially the Leader of His Majesty's Opposition, is the leader of the largest party not in government, or the person who enjoys the support of the largest block of representatives in the lower house of Parliament who are not members of the governing party. The Leader of the Opposition is seen as the alternate Prime Minister and leads the shadow cabinet of Jamaica. He is the Member of Parliament for South St. Andrew. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please welcome the Leader of the Opposition, Mr. Mark Jefferson Golding and Mrs. Golding. And now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls all, we welcome the Prime Minister of Jamaica, the Minister of Economic Growth and Job Creation, and the Minister of Defense, Dr. the Most Honorable Andrew Michael Holness. Our Prime Minister is the chief functionary and leader of the executive branch of government and official head of the cabinet. The Prime Minister leads the business of administering the affairs of the nation, acting in accordance with the Constitution in consultation with the Governor General. Mr. Holness has been holding the office of Prime Minister since 2016, gaining re-election in 2020. That he made history by becoming Jamaica's youngest Prime Minister in October 2011 at 39 years of age. He proudly represents the constituency of West Central St. Andrew and has been their representative since 1990. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please stand and welcome the Honorable Prime Minister of Jamaica, Dr. the Most Honorable Andrew Michael Holness. The Prime Minister will be met by the Commissioner of Corrections, Brigadier Raj Mason, and escorted to the saluting dais, where he will receive a general salute. Please remain standing for the general salute. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You may be seated. And now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to complete the list of officials of state to arrive at this our 63rd annual Independence Grand Gala celebrations is the Governor General of Jamaica, His Excellency the Most Honorable Sir Patrick Linton Allen, Knight of St. John, and Lady Allen. Sir Patrick is the 5th native Governor General of Jamaica since our Declaration of Independence in 1962, following in the footsteps of the Most Honorable Sir Clifford Campbell, the Most Honorable Sir Flores Glasspool, the Most Honorable Sir Howard Cook, and the Most Honorable Sir Kenneth Hall. Sir Patrick has been the Governor General since 2009. On assuming the role of the Governor General in 2009, Sir Patrick became the Chancellor of the Societies of Honor, which administers the National Honors and Awards Program. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, all, please stand and welcome the Governor General of Jamaica, His Excellency, the Most Honorable Sir Patrick Linton Allen and Lady Allen. His Excellency, the Governor General, will be met by the Commissioner of Corrections, Brigadier Raj Mason, and escorted to the saluting dais, where he will receive a royal salute from the parade. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please remain standing for the royal salute and the playing of the national anthem. Pride! Pride! God of up! Shoulder up! Royal salute! Present arms! God, what up? Order! Arms! Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You may be seated. Order! Arms! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you will notice a pack of all-terrain vehicles, ATVs, entering the stadium from the Marathon Tunnel. The lead rider is the custodian of the national flag. In this, the 50th year since the formation of the Department of Correctional Services, the flag will be handed over to Miss Joyce Stone, Deputy Commissioner and Second in Command of the Department of Correctional Services. Ms. Stone is accompanied by Staff Officer Oren Lewis, assigned to the Property Unit. Miss Joyce Stone is the Deputy Commissioner of Custodial Services at the Department of Correctional Service. She has served with distinction for 39 years and is the longest serving Deputy Commissioner. A true daughter of the soil, she joined the service in 1986 and was trained as a correctional officer. She's also a trained probation aftercare officer and the first correctional officer to assume the Deputy Commissioner's position. Deputy Commissioner Stone is also a correctional officer to earn a BSc and is considered a trailblazer in the Department of Correctional Services. She led the Order of Distinction in October 2024 and is also Justice of the Peace. The flag will be handed over to Natiri Smith, who will in turn present the flag to the Most Honourable Prime Minister Michael Andrew Holness. Members of the Department of Correctional Services who have been tasked with restoring the National Staff Club, Corporal Latoya Stone and Correctional, and the gentlemen, boys and girls. Whilst the flag is slowly being hoisted, there will be a drum roll. During this drum roll, I invite you to stand as a symbol of loyalty, reverence, and solidarity to our Jamaican national flag. During the drum roll, just during the drum roll.